Hello my friends and welcome to Paulina Art. Today we're going to be painting the flower of the month, which is the carnation. This is not my original idea. I've been watching Donna Dewberry videos for about a year now. She has a wonderful series on plate craft about the flower of the month. She is a wonderful artist and I've learned a lot of techniques from her. Now, how I did this painting is I use these colors. I'm going to list below all the colors that I use, but I have here my green, my blue, my red, and my berry wine, and basically I mix them all with a little bit of vintage white to create a softer version of them. And then with this I sponge in the colors on the background, and then with this makeup brush I did the little circles, different size circles, using my vintage white. Now I'm going to attach a video on how to create this bokeh effect background. But for the sake of this video, not to make it too long, I'm going to paint a smaller version of this painting, excluding the background. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you in this paper how to do the flowers. Now, how I sketch my flowers is in my mind, I picture the paper like this, and in my mind I divided it in 4, okay? And once all my quadrants are there, I draw some lines and I decide where my flowers are going to be. This is basically the same sketch that I use for these flowers. Sorry, I'm using a new camera here. Okay, now for the sake of this video, because I don't want it too long, I'm only going to paint 2 of the flowers for you. I'm going to do one that is going to be facing that way, and another one is going to be around one facing this way. Now I'm going to list the colors that I'm using below. Basically, I'm going to dip my brush in my medium, and I'm going to pick up my red, and I'm going to make sure my brush is really coated with the red, and on the heel of the brush I'm going to put my berry wine or darker color. When doing carnations, it's important that the dark color is in the center and the lighter color is on the outside of the flower. Now, carnations, to look like carnations, we have to use a very jaggedy motion. Now I'm going to start right here. So basically I'm moving my brush like this, trying to create the edges of the flower. Make sure I have lots of paint in my brush. I am using a Donna Dewberry angle brush. I prefer an angle brush to paint all of my one-stroke flowers, and this one is a number 556. But basically how I choose my brush is I make sure it can fit. This is almost a little bit too big in here, but I'm going to make it work. This is the one I use to do the painting. I'm going to start doing the rounder one that is facing us, and basically I'm going to do the same movement that I did on the other one, but I'm going to go around, all the way around the flower, picking up more paint. Make sure I have lots of paint in my brush, and I'm just going to go around just like this. Okay, I'm going to do the second row in here. I'm just loading up my brush right now, picking up more paint. I'm going to do the second row in here. I'm going to pick up more red. Okay, loading up my brush. There we go. Now I'm going to do the second row on the round one that is facing us. And I'm going to do exactly what I did the first time around. And this starts creating the effect of a carnation. Now for the center, all you have to do is just do little lines like this, and that creates the effect of the center of the carnation. And in here I'm going to extend the flower a little bit like that. Now while that is drying, I'm going to do a little one in here, and I'm going to use the same way I did the other ones, and I'm going to extend it again a little bit like that. Okay, I'm going to rinse my brush, and now I'm going to move to my green colors. I have green, yellow, blue, and some vintage white. And I'm going to dip my brush into the medium, pick up some of my yellow and white, and then I'm going to pick up a little bit of green on the heel of the brush, and a little bit of blue as well, because blue was one of the colors I used on the background. And what I'm going to do is I am going to do this little one that is just budding, just like that. There we go. I'm picking up more color in my brush. Now I'm going to start doing the stems. While the red is drying. Got more color, and I'm going to do where the flowers join. There's usually a bit of a joint in there, really. And I'm going to do this one in here, and I'm going to do the stem of this one, and here they're joining, so there's going to be more leaves. And here we're going to do a leaf in here. So you can see I'm using the same brush for everything. Now I'm going to do the bottom of this one, and I'm just going to put my brush there and sweep it in a round way like this. There we go. And I'm going to do the same one in here. Just like that. Picking up more paint on my brush. And I'm going to do some leaves coming out of here. Just small ones like that. And in here. Using the same brush for everything in this painting. I'm going to do one more there. And one last thing that I'm going to do in here, I'm going to add the beginning of that greenery right in there. And I'm going to do the same one in this one. And if I want, I can add a little bit of highlight to some of my branches, which I did on the other painting. Can add some highlights in here, a little bit in here. And this is, my friends, how you create the flower of the month of January, the carnation. Now, the last thing I did on this painting, as you can see, is I picked up my brush with some red paint and lots of water, and I just splatter the red paint like that to give the painting a little bit more of a festive look. And of course, I sign my painting